What up, humans? Kurumi here, and welcome to the Mobile Legends Bootcamp. Bootcamps are usually made when there is a request from the higher-ups for a bootcamp of a hero that has been already made. In this video, we are going to talk about the fighter hero, Aldous. Aldous has a good set of dash, flying, burst, super burst, and extreme burst skills. Our contractor, Aldous, is a fighter hero. I consider Aldous as an ultimate burst fighter since his first skill can erase you from existence with just one hit. Not only that, his ultimate skill lets him fly forwards to any enemy anywhere in the map. Now, let me share some tips and tricks on how to use Aldous based on my experience. We will also teach you some combos and techniques on the latter part of this bootcamp. But before that, let me explain his skills one by one for further understanding. Aldous' passive, Contract, Transform, lets Aldous gain a shield to protect him from getting hurt. After every 2 attacks, the next damage dealt by Aldous' next basic attack will be transformed into a shield. This shield lasts for a few seconds. The shield effect granting has a short cooldown. Aldous' first skill, Contract, Soulsteal, lets Aldous erase enemies from existence even with just one hit. Using this skill will buff Aldous' next basic attack with overwhelming damage depending on how many stacks you have. Eliminating a non-hero unit will grant him a few stacks of Soulsteal, while eliminating a hero unit will grant him more stacks of Soulsteal. Each stack increases the damage of this skill by a certain points permanently. Lastly, Aldous gains stacks of Soulsteal when non-hero enemy units die within his range. Aldous' second skill, Contract, Explosion, lets Aldous be more durable and stun nearby enemies. Using this skill lets Aldous assume a defensive stance and ignores all basic attacks, and reducing all damage taken by a certain percentage and last for a few seconds. When canceling the stance by clicking the skill again or when the stance duration ends, he deals physical damage to nearby enemies and stuns them. The stun duration depends on how long the duration of the defensive stance lasted. Your movement speed is also boosted for a short time after using this skill. Aldous' ultimate skill, Contract, Chase Fate, lets Aldous fly towards a specified enemy hero. Using this skill will let Aldous get vision of all enemy heroes for a short while. When Aldous holds on the skill button again and swipe it towards an icon of an enemy within the duration, he can fly towards that enemy hero. Touching the target hero will deal physical damage and knock the enemy back. Clicking on the skill again will cancel the flight. There are so many items that you can buy for Aldous. You can focus on items that grants physical attack cooldown reduction, additional damage, and items that grants durability. You can consider the One Punch Alien or OPA build if you prefer to deal more burst damage to enemies. You can also consider the Kill Me Not build if you prefer to be durable more than ever. But let's talk about the Kurumi way further. As for starting item, you can consider Magic Shoes. Magic Shoes grants additional movement speed and cooldown reduction. The cooldown reduction can help you cast more of your skills. You might want to consider Endless Battle. This item grants additional physical attack, health, mana regen, lifesteal, movement speed, and cooldown reduction. Its unique passive grants you additional true damage on your next basic attack after using a skill. Triggering the passive of this skill also grants you additional movement speed. Buying defense items such as Thunderbelt grants health points, mana regen, cooldown reduction, and physical defense. Its unique passive buffs the next basic attack after using a skill. The next basic attack will deal bonus attack damage equivalent to a percentage of your hero's max health. The enemy target and surrounding units are slowed for a short period. You can consider buying attack items such as Blade of the Heptases. This grants physical attack, health points, and physical defense reduction. Its unique passive grants additional physical damage on your next basic attack to a single target when no damage is taken or dealt within a few seconds. You also might want to consider Immortality. This grants you physical defense and health points. Its unique passive lets you resurrect after a few seconds upon death. This resurrects you and give you a percentage of health points and a shield that lasts for a few seconds. This item has a really long cooldown. Lastly, you might want to consider Queen's Wings. This item grants physical damage, health points, and cooldown reduction. Its unique passive reduces damage by a certain percentage when your health is less than a certain percentage. It also increases your physical lifesteal by a certain percentage. This lasts for a few seconds. The item build for Aldous really depends on the enemy's lineup. So make sure to read each item's descriptions so you can adapt in-game. One of the best spells to be used on Aldous is Sprint. This can really help you run from danger or chase enemies. You can also consider Purify. This will help you to be immune to crowd control skills for a short period. This will let you use your skills or basic attacks without the worry of being stunned. In my opinion, the best emblem set to be used is the Custom Assassin Emblem set. Custom Assassin Emblem could provide extra stats according to your needs as a fighter or assassin. Set agility to its max level because it can give you additional movement speed. Higher movement speed means higher chance to chase enemies or escape death. Setting invasion to max level will provide you physical penetration. Higher physical penetration means higher damage on your basic attacks and skills. Get Killing Spree to restore health points and gain movement speed upon killing an enemy. This effect lasts for 5 seconds. With Aldous's first skill, he can definitely kill enemies with almost one punch. So this will definitely let him survive inside team fights further. But in case you are not that type, just consider Bounty Hunter or High and Dry instead. Set first skill to max level first. Prioritizing this makes the base damage of this skill higher and the cooldown lower. That means you can deal more explosive punches that could almost one-shot kill anyone. Prioritize second skill since your first skill is what you need to deal more damage to enemies. Always upgrade ultimate skill when available for upgrading. Aldous's passive skill is what you need to gain a shield to be more durable in team fights. After every 2 attacks, the next damage dealt by Aldous's next basic attack will be transformed into a shield. It is best to deal 2 attacks first and make sure your next attack will be from your buffed basic attack. This will ensure you are granted lots of shield, especially when your first skill has massive stacks. This can help you during team fights to be more durable and also while fighting the Lord as well. Aldous's first skill is what you need to one-hit kill an enemy target depending on your Soulsteal stacks. Your stack of Soulsteal defines the total additional damage from this skill. Having many stacks will let you kill enemies even if their health is more than half. The limit of stacks you can get is 500 at the moment this bootcamp was made. It's best to kill enemy heroes with the first skill buff because it grants you massive Soulsteal stacks. Last hitting a minion with the buffed basic attack also grants you a decent amount of stacks. While being near an enemy minion who just died will grant you less stacks. Just make sure to pick up a cute little angry face on the ground to gain stacks from their corpse, okay? But still be thankful there are stacks granted even without you last hitting. Even if enemy heroes dies near you, you still won't gain stacks unless you kill them with your first skill. So it's best to use this skill to last hit minions patiently to make your punches stronger. We recommend you to farm for stacks first in the early game since having only a few stacks will get you nowhere. Just don't be too greedy gaining stacks because it might cause your inevitable death. With the buffed basic attack, it will let you leap towards the target. So this will also help you chase enemies further. With the burst damage from this skill, you can also try get the kill on the Lord easily. You might be wondering that since this is a basic attack, why not buy critical chance items for Aldous? Well, fret not. We tried it for you and we found out that the additional damage from the first skill doesn't deal critical damage. If you see here, this is the damage we dealt with the first skill without critical hit. On the other hand, this one is the damage we dealt with the first skill with critical hit. As you can see, there's a slight difference of damage. But this just shows you that the only damage converted to critical hit was his initial basic attack damage and not the additional damage from his first skill. Lastly, the buffed basic attack can also be used against turrets but the damage is reduced somehow. Muntun won't just let you go one-hitting a turret out of nowhere, right? Aldous's second skill is what you need to be immune to basic attacks and receive less damage. With its movement speed boost, you can easily chase enemies or escape death. Activating this skill will also reduce incoming damage, so make sure to use it at the right timing because it can save you from dying moments like this. The damage reduction also works against turrets, which can help you dive towards your dying target. We will further show you our fascinating find about this scenario on our experiments section later. When the duration of this skill is over or when you click on the skill icon again, enemies nearby will receive physical damage and will be stunned. The stun can help you deal damage to them freely without the worries of them escaping for a while. Aldous' ultimate skill is what you need to fly towards a target. When you see your allies trading gossips with the enemies on the mini-map, it's best to take a look and use your ultimate skill if ever they're in trouble. The enemy's icon will be available around your ultimate skill's icon along with their current health. Swiping to the icon of an enemy hero while holding the button will let you take a peek of their current location. On this one, we chose to target the enemy Guinevere since she is dying and might escape her death. This will also let us save our allies in danger. You can cancel your ultimate skill by clicking on it again or swiping it to a direction you want to slide to. This is just in case you will get yourself into trouble if you continue instead. When the target died during your flight, you will still continue flying towards the location where the target died. You can also buff yourself with your first skill even during your ultimate skill's flight. Lastly, you can use this to escape death by flying towards an enemy away from the enemies chasing you. Here we are again with our experiments. We have our cutie lab rats, Rakuten, Valerie, and our very own Loka G, to demonstrate with us some heroes that can greatly counter or dominate Aldous in-game. Before we proceed with hero testings, we want to show you our experiment about Aldous' second skill. Using this skill will ignore basic attacks or reduce incoming damage. We tried using this skill against a turret which deals true damage. The damage from turrets increases when it hits you continuously. But when we tried using our second skill to reduce the damage received from this, we noticed that the damage we received are not incremental. We received the same damage during the duration, and when the duration was over, we just started receiving the real true damage from the turret. I was expecting it just to be a damage reduction, but in this case, it looked like it granted us an extreme advantage when we dive under turrets. So in short, diving under turrets with your second skill grants you a definite survival. Okay, let's now head over to our hero experiments. First we have Helkert. Let's see if we will get silenced when we crash on Helkert with our ultimate skill. As you can see, we weren't silenced upon knocking him back. Next we have Kufra. Let's see if his bouncing baby ball can stop us from leaping towards him with our first skill. As you can see, we were able to deal the punch but was still knocked up. This can definitely stop your chase towards squishy targets. How about let's test if his second skill can knock us up during the flight from our ultimate skill. As you can see, we just zoomed through Kufra's bouncing. Now, let's have Franco. Let's see if his ultimate skill can stop us during our flight. As you can see, we were suppressed but we still continued on flying. Since the duration of Franco's ultimate skill is ongoing when we landed, we are still suppressed until its duration is done. How about Kaja's ultimate skill? Let's see if he can pull us during our flight. As you can see, we stopped flying and came back to normal state. This one is scary because he can stop you from escaping death. This is what toxic people do. They bring you down when you are soaring high with success. Now, let's have Natalia. Let's see if our first skill will miss when we are inside Natalia's smoke screen. As you can see, our buffed attack missed. This is because it is still considered a basic attack. I know you've heard the saying, love is blind, but please also consider what your brain tells you sometimes. Next, we have Akai. Let's see if we can deal damage to Akai while he is using his ultimate skill. As you can see, the range for our leap is too short. That's why Akai was able to push us back first before we can even reach near him. Akai pushes everyone away, maybe because he has bad experience with his ex. Next up we have Angela. Let's see what will happen if she fuses with her ally while we are flying towards her. As you can see, the direction of our flight changed because Angela is now inside her ally's body. So, we will now be flying towards her new location instead. Next, we have Diggy. Let's see what will happen if we fly away from Diggy's second skill. As you can see, we received the magic damage from the separation, but it wasn't able to pull us back and just let us be free. I hope this is how you were able to get away from your ex. Next, we have Sylvana. Let's see if we can escape her ultimate skill using our ultimate skill. As you can see, we can't get out of her ultimate skill, but when its duration is over, our flight still continues. Aldous is really unstoppable getting out of toxic relationships. How about we try to use Sylvana's ultimate skill during Aldous's flight? As you can see, even if Sylvana tried to reconcile back with Aldous, Aldous just didn't let her shackle him again. Aldous is now a free man indeed. Now let's have Rocky's favorite hero, Johnson. Let's see if we can ride Johnson when we fly over him while he is waiting for passengers. As you can see, Aldous just ignored Johnson's ride offer, probably because he wants to ride a sports car instead. Last but not the least, we have Grok. Let's see if his wall can stop Aldous from flying. As you can see, Aldous just passed through it like nothing happened. But when we tried casting the wall at the exact location where Aldous is flying, it bumped him from the air and stopped his flight. This requires a great timing to pull this off. Just take note that even if Grok is your ally, he can sabotage your flight, just like how toxic humans pull each other down. In terms of his combo, we follow a very simple combo for Aldous. First, if ever you see your allies and the enemies exchanging gossips with each other, use your ultimate skill. This will give you vision of all the enemies in the map, and their icon along with their health is shown on your skill icon. Then hold and swipe the skill again towards the enemy you desire to kill. On this case we chose this target because he has the lowest health among them. But it's best to target core heroes like Marksman or Mage. Then before you crash to the target, use your first skill since you can buff yourself during the flight. Then deal your buffed basic attack. Then use your second skill to make you immune to basic attacks, gain movement speed, and to have damage reduction. Then continue dealing basic attacks while waiting for your first skill to be available. You can either click again on your second skill to stun the enemy, or just wait for its duration to end. Then use your first skill and basic attacks again. If ever the enemy decided to escape their demise, use your spell like sprint to chase after them. Then, just continue using your first and second skill when needed. Don't forget to be friendly by sending stickers. It's a sign of peace to make them feel that you don't really want to kill them, but you have no other choice because your team will report you if you don't. Additional tip, Aldous uses mana when buffing himself with his first skill. Some buy demon shoes to make Aldous overflowing with mana, but if you have noticed, we have Endless Battle as our second item because it grants mana regeneration. So just try using your first skill during last hit attempts to save mana. Also, utilize using your regen spell because it also regenerates mana even not said on its description. Just don't be foolish like Roddick to have yourself be hit by the enemy while on regen spell. This will make you recall unnecessarily back to base because of lack of mana. Also, it's best to be friendly with your enemies. Why not dance cha-cha with them to promote world peace? Just dance all your worries away but don't let yourself get killed, okay? The tips I mentioned are just some of the ways you can use Aldous. This video just guides you on how to use Aldous the Kurumi way. We would like to thank our cutie lab rat, Rakuten, Valerie, and our very own Loka G for being our lab rats for this bootcamp. You can search for them in-game and tell them how much you appreciate them willing to sacrifice their pride and honor for our sake. Watch their in-game streams and send some flowers and hearts. So, once again, this is Kurumi and that's how you use Aldous. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like and share this video. Also subscribe to our channel for more contents by clicking on the subscribe button below. For our skin giveaway events, check out the community tab for the giveaway post. We have our Ko-fi account just in case you want to donate us some coffee funds. Check out our Ko-fi link on the description of this video. Please only trust bootcamp videos from our official accounts. See you on the next Mobile Legends Bootcamp. Cheers!